Gonna change the world with my hockey stick. Gonna make a real difference. Feed the poor and heal the sick.
Woo, welcome to episode 23.
Boom. We need to update the song. New lyrics.
I let you guys take over today. I usually come in hard with it.
Toe drag the poor and cross check the sick. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Whoa,
Wait a minute.
that's rude.
That was a bit offside.
rude.
Like a backhand sausage.
That's rude. That's very rude.
Cross check the sick. Maybe backhand toe drag.
Some manners.
All right,
Jared.
this episode is, we've got a playoff theme. We're going to start off strong with a little game. What's your like a draft of what's your favorite playoff food, like when you're chilling at home on the couch watching the
Let
games.
me compile a list.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
I think
cheating.
Chippy and Jeremy are going to do that one. I'll mediate.
Jeremy's cheating.
Oh, gosh. Oh my.
So we're going to
God.
do that. We're going to do a little bit of a personal update. We had Easter weekend to follow. Then we're going to get into our playoff predictions. So this is going to be a killer episode. We're going to try not to take 2 hours like the last couple.
Does
Right, guys? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's give it
I'm-
quick. 1 hour in
I'm
and out.
just gonna talk and stay
Mindful, present.
mindful.
There we go. I like it.
I'm gonna display my manners today.
For the draft, are we counting beverages as an option, or is it strictly food items?
Strictly food or like
I mean, what
we can't. I mean,
I'm gonna wager that the food and the drink is part of watching the playoff game.
Ooh.
Like you could almost make it like a package. Like, you know, it's
Hayden and I are already arguing.
combos.
it's like no, because if you have one thing, you're gonna want a certain drink with it. So you can make it like a package thing. It's like, okay, this is one.
You just unlock
Whoa,
endless
I
possibilities.
don't know about
You
that.
might say salt.
I
and
really
vinegar.
don't know about
Chippy,
that.
I'm not partaking in this. I'm the moderator, so you will do what I say this time, okay?
All I'm saying is we're now packaging food and drink combos is insanity to me. I think that's like separate.
No.
Is it not separate?
No, you can.
I drink water. Like I don't really drink other thing other than
So
water.
do
could do
water and whatever you're doing. Water and another thing.
chocolate milk and salt and vinegar chips. Maybe that's the combo you go
Yeah,
for.
yeah, exactly.
I'm okay doing.
You
just
don't
food
have
items.
I personally was a AAA player. I personally was healthy. I ate healthy.
what?
I wasn't gonna eat the chocolate.
I'm
I
gonna
wasn't
say
allowed to eat that.
you can do one or the other.
Hey,
Just-
if you and I are drafting, we could just side skirt.
All
the-
I drink is
and only draft food items.
all I drink is BioSteel.
know?
The only
Yeah.
drink you'll ever need.
The option might be there.
I like that, Chippy.
All
That
right.
was good.
All right.
Okay, so we'll get into that.
Yep.
Right away.
Let's do it right now.
You
Stop.
guys
We're doing the
rock-
draft.
stop
We're
thinking.
doing the draft right now.
Yeah, get
Oh,
right
okay,
into it.
okay.
Rock,
Go.
paper, scissors for the first pick.
Okay. Rock.
Rock.
Wait.
Rock.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Boom.
Chippy gets first
Rock.
pick.
He
First
rocked
pick.
me.
Yeah.
First
So
pick.
it's the playoffs.
Okay.
We got some heavy,
Leafs are about to get.
intense hockey watching to do.
Yeah.
You're bringing a snack to the game in the basement, snuggling up with your favorite throw blanket, right, guys?
Is that what you do? Yeah.
Oh, not just you guys. You bring your teddies.
I'm a pool guy.
not-
I get the pool. My night. You're coming over. We're shooting some pool games on.
Ah,
Maybe some mini sticks.
Ooh, multifaceted.
Maybe some.
all your friends on the couch with the throw
Yeah.
blanket over all of you.
Oh,
What's with you and the
Jared,
throw
what-
blanket?
Jerry, are you snuggling? Oh, I'm scared.
You
to
get
watch the game
the
with you.
cushions all set up so everyone's really close on the
I
couch.
got the ping pong going. I don't know what you. I don't know. I don't know what you got going on.
Jeremy invited us to watch the game,
I'm
the
kinda
Leafs games, and I'm
scared.
not sure if he's gonna just start like cozying up to us.
Yeah.
Jared, what do you have planned for us? I'm a little bit.
Okay,
Actually, I smoke some meat. Smoke some meat.
don't
like
give
some-
away. Don't give
some
away any of
brisket,
your
Oh.
snacks,
eh?
man.
Some brisket.
Well, is it
some
a snack or are we
brisket
bringing
going.
a full-on meal over?
Meals, snacks, it's food.
Okay.
Turkey dinner. Turkey dinner is my favorite
All
thing.
right, yeah, let's bring turkey ham. I'm gonna bring some homemade ham with pineapple in it to the playoff game. Is it
Okay, let's get into it. Chippy, your first.
Wait, did we ever say what we're doing? Your favorite snack?
snack? Not
Like
not a ham.
playoff like snack, like food
yeah,
item.
No, like
I guess it's
roast
not dinner.
dinners.
It's just not dinner.
no roast dinner.
Sunday brunch.
You guys overcomplicate this every
Okay,
time. You're
okay.
like,
yeah, it's our thing.
All right.
Right?
let's
And
go,
just
Chip.
this is off the cuff. I'm making this up off the
Yeah,
top
we
of
put
my
you on the
dome right
spot.
now. I'm off
Yeah,
the.
we just decided we're drafting.
I'm coming
this.
over. I'm bringing. Oh hey, Coach Chip, can you come over? Can you bring something? That's what I'm bringing, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'll bring some. I'll bring some nachos over.
Not nachos. Excellent
I'll bring some
choice.
nachos over.
know,
Interesting.
Nachos is great. It's a solo player, but it can also be a real team
Nachos that
player.
you heat up in the oven. You
Right.
bring them pre-made. You put the thing on. Oh, we're gonna heat them up because you don't want those nachos to be cold. Oh, we're just gonna throw them. Oh, right when I get there. Oh, we're just gonna throw them in the oven quick.
You-
I'm just gonna. Hey guys, where's your oven? I'm just gonna throw them in the oven quick.
It's a real crowd pleaser.
Oh, and he
And I'm gonna counter nachos. I had someone else in mind for my top pick, more of an individual player, but to counter your nachos, I'm going with wings.
Selfish player.
Wings. You think wings are? Wings are very shareable.
Wings are selfish because they're just like the host needs to go get napkins every 10 seconds for everyone.
Oh, I didn't even
And
think
the
about that.
and the parents are worrying about getting like
Mhm.
greasy fingers on
Yep.
the couch, and you got to sit on
Oh,
the
you stay
floor.
on the couch now.
just selfish.
Oh no.
There
I agree, Hayden.
is
I agree.
For your second overall
I
first
agree.
pick, on
some
your
player management is
Yeah.
going on there with the wings.
Yeah, you
for
need a
sure.
good coach for that.
I
guy,
agree.
yeah.
But who doesn't smile when wings are on the ice? You know,
That's
you know the
fair.
wings are going to do something out there.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. As an adult, I would like it. Kids,
What kind of
that's
wings?
a
though?
no go for me.
What
Well,
kind of sauce?
that's the thing.
Well, that's the thing.
I-
You got to make the decision when you're coming over. What kind of brings are you bringing? You know?
I think, to be honest, I think I'm going to bring something sweet and something spicy.
Ooh, a little bit for
hot
everyone.
Honey, a little hot honey.
Oh, honey hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey hot.
I like it. All right, Chippy, your third overall pick. Your second.
All right, this one plays every time. You know, you're going over the old fruit
Oh wow.
tray with the
Wow.
chocolate sauce and the other strawberry
Oh,
sauce.
hello.
Like the fondue, chocolate fondue, and the caramel
Yeah.
and stuff. Okay.
Healthy, but not really. But
Fruit-
sugary.
I'm gonna call it a fruit platter
Fruit
because
platter.
it's like
Fruit
it's
platter.
got the dips and stuff. It's
plays.
not just like sliced.
We always love that,
watermelon or
and the sauce goes so quick because everyone's dipping it, and it's like, ooh, that sauce was dynamite.
That stuff is actually low key good, but I'm surprised it went that high in the draft.
It's
like-
high pick, but you
That's
know,
like taking a third pairing defenseman.
it's a
second
modern
overall, yeah.
team. He's drafted.
I would
for a
argue that
modern
might
team.
be. I would argue that should have went number one. I would argue the other way because I'm like the fruit like that's expensive. We're bringing like expensive stuff now. Like
Oh.
we get into the fruit dish.
The bougie stuff.
That's like
So
unreal stuff.
I'm gonna go a different direction here, and I'm gonna go with chips because chips are just a great
Yeah.
individual.
Covered that
But-
with the nachos. I did cover that.
No, that's not the
I mean,
same
all
thing.
all I'm saying is I
Okay.
did cover that.
Chips are very broad, and I will argue that there are tons of great chips. But if you had to pick 2 bags you're bringing, what is it going to be?
I'm gonna so if I'm going to a party, but this depends because if it's for me and I'm on the couch, it's spicy chips. I'm doing something jalapeno. It's got to be kettle cooked,
right.
right?
Ooh, that's
Miss
the extra
Vicky's?
crispy, extra
Mm.
spicy. Yeah,
Mhm, right. If it's a party, I'm bringing some to the game with the boys.
yeah.
I'll go some rippled, some sour cream, some sour
Ooh,
cream, onion ripples.
Yeah, I like that.
And I do want to say spicy kettle cooked, but maybe go with a Doritos flavor. We'll say Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch is a solid. I thought you were going to go sweet chili heat, which is my ultimate
It's-
favorite.
A little
you
too
know-
hot for people, I think.
Yeah, some people
Yeah,
don't
no,
like it.
That
yeah.
might be a little
exactly.
selfish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That might be a little
It's
selfish.
a good thing it's not my draft.
If I can take chips as a category, I'm taking chips. I mean,
Okay.
it plays one-on-one, great one-on-one player. Also, it can go with the team.
Solid player. He's got some wheels too. I like it. All right,
Mhm.
Chippy, with your third pick.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my third pick. This one's for the sweet tooth out there. Maybe some chocolate brownies.
Okay.
Maybe some
Ooh,
brownies. Maybe I'll bring a plate of brownies.
Interesting.
Or
I like it.
yeah, I'm gonna go brownies.
Little unexpected.
I'm gonna
it's-
go brownies.
But he's a solid player.
yeah,
you know?
like,
he's,
who
he's-
doesn't like a chocolate brownie?
He's built like a brick. No one can knock him over.
Exactly.
He
Those
sits
two-
well in your
Those
stomach.
2-bite brownies. You ever had those? Like I used to. Bring
Oh, the 2 bites. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 bites.
Yeah.
I'd
or
say
homemade. Not
Yeah. Homemade is always better,
could
but
be either.
yeah.
Could be either. Could be
Brownies is a real clutch player. Like I'd put him in OT, but I wouldn't start him.
And-
You know, he's not a starting.
And it
lock.
depends on what party you're going to.
Not great on
and
defense.
it depends on what party you're going to because a brownie can play in
Mm.
so many more facets than you think.
But you really want to finish the game with the brownies. You're not exactly
Infused
looking-
brownies.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting into
Oh, okay.
now you're getting into infused brownies. And you're
With-
like,
with, like,
oh wow, brownies
with
could have went
vanilla?
first.
With
Could
vanilla.
have went first overall. And with
Every
that
pick you
type-
make apparently could have went
Because
first
that-
overall.
with the infused brownies, what are you infusing it with? That could be a first overall player.
Of course,
In-
vanilla,
infused is
maybe
is-
vitamin D.
I'm thinking.
You know,
I'm thinking something a little bit different when you say infused.
oh, you're
brownies.
thinking exactly what he's thinking.
Exactly.
For my third overall pick, yeah, I'm going real individual. He's a one-on-one player, but I mean, if you want to bring enough,
Lots of selfish guys on Jeremy's team, I must say.
I'm a talent guy. I want guys that are gonna.
I don't know if you're gonna gel well together though. I don't know if all your picks are gonna gel well together.
But
Let's see. Let's hear it. What
but-
is it?
you could not like if you bring this enough for a entire party full of people,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to make some friends because you don't make friends with salad. My
Oh.
my third pick is beef jerky.
Vegetarians.
Beef
my goodness.
jerky.
So
About the
like just
vegetarians here.
beef jerky in general, or like
How could-
farm made
How could you dare?
smoked,
You're always going to bring the best beef jerky. If I'm sitting down, I want to watch a game. I'm
How
getting a
could
good
you
jerky.
dare?
like premium beef jerky.
I'm getting the good stuff from
Not
down
the-
the road.
not the-
There's a butcher down the road that makes some real good
Ooh,
stuff.
oh, you've
And
got
if-
that before.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
And
like
if you grab that and you show up, people are like,
Wow.
"Whoa, who brought the beef jerky?" You know,
Wow.
people are saying, "Who brought the
So,
beef jerky?"
Wow.
A common theme that I'm seeing with Jeremy's team is like a
Self-
lot of spicy players.
yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
he brings the heat
the
to
heat.
these
Yeah.
playoff parties. Yeah.
just completely disregarding the vegetarians on this earth with that pick.
They can have
They-
some chips. They
The
love potatoes.
vegetarians can bring their own snack, okay?
Mhm.
Bring their veggie legumes.
That's why I brought my fruit dish for the vegetarians out there
Exactly.
listening.
Yep.
My
Yep.
list over here, we're very diverse.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Very
see.
diverse
Fourth
play.
pick, Chippy. We got
Fourth pick.
3 more picks
And
total.
with my fourth pick overall, I'm gonna go with I'm going again. We're staying for our vegetarians out there. A veggie tray.
You brought the
With
Veggie
with ran-
and fruit
with
tray?
ranch.
What?
With ranch.
That's-
Oh, it's so good.
That's
Oh, it's
I would
so
go
good.
one or the other. I wouldn't
love-
go both.
I'm bringing both.
That's like having
I'm
2
coming to
TJ
party.
Brodies on your team. You don't
I'm-
need both of them.
Oh, but imagine having to. Imagine having two TJ Brodies.
I think you don't
Imagine
need 'em.
having two. Imagine having two TJ Brodies. You're like, that's unbelievable.
The nice thing about Chippy's draft team so far is that you could probably pretty much get it all in one spot.
Oh, it's just fantastic.
You stop
Yep.
at Zares on your way
Exactly.
over.
You stop at Zara's, you grab it all.
Yeah.
It's like you pick the whole team up on the way to the rink, right?
Right.
And they're all just like, "Hey, everyone, pile in, open up the van, throw them all in the back."
This is what you would call a trade deadline team. You can pick them all up right before the playoffs. Jeremy's, you got to build with time
Yeah,
over the regular
yeah.
season.
Jeremy has too much time on his hands.
Now, I was looking to draft that veggie tray in my fourth spot as well. Good thing you grabbed them because that would have competed with your fruit tray and that complemented the beef jerky. Well, I do
I
think.
think, I think so as well.
But
I think, yeah.
But instead,
but you know,
Jeremy's fourth
didn't
pick.
offer that balance for you. I just didn't offer that balance.
I've got 2 solid picks, and I think for the fourth, and this is hard because I don't think I can take candy as an entire category. There's too many candies, is there
Mm.
not? What do you
Yeah, and
think?
there's also like chocolate
Is
candy.
that-
That's what I'm
there's
saying.
like
Is that a
right?
playoff
sour,
zone?
sweet,
so
whatever.
so this is tough. I think I'll go the peanut M&Ms.
Okay, yeah. Those are
Delicious.
very snackable, universally
Yeah,
liked.
you can put them in a bowl.
Unless you have friends that are allergic to peanuts.
If we have vegetarians
Again,
and peanut
selfish.
allergies,
Again, we're being
but,
selfish.
but like I said, this is what I'm sitting down with
Mm,
to watch the game.
yeah,
Peanut M&Ms are elite.
I respect it.
I respect it. I do. I really do enjoy peanut M&Ms.
And you know, I wanted to say like Skittles or
I brought-
Starburst or something, but it's like you can only have so many of those, and you're like, this is too much sugar.
Yeah, I brought the peanut M&Ms to our pond hockey tournament. They were a hit.
Oh yeah, they were good.
Always a hit. All right, Chippy, your last pick.
Yeah, so I do have a nice balance of salt and sugar here. As I'm just looking at my list,
Mm-hmm.
and that's definitely going to go into my final decision here. Am I going to go salty? Am I going to go sweet? You know, I have 2 and 2 right now,
Right.
and I'm thinking right now, me being more of a salty tooth,
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning that way, and so with my final pick, as I'm trying to have a product come to my mind right now, which it's about to float in. It's about to float in. This is
All right,
the,
you have 5
this is
seconds.
the universe bringing it to me. I might bring in
Chili.
hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. All right.
it was
Are you bringing the condiments as well, or are you relying on the host to have that?
All hosts are gonna have that.
See-
you know,
Right.
I did not know we were preparing for a full party. I thought we were sitting down and watching the game.
Yeah, that's true. We
But-
kind of evolved this after. Yeah.
Often people come over. You have, and I do like the team party dynamic here. This one is tough for me because my team, I'm very meat heavy. I've
Mm.
got wings and beef jerky. I would like to round it out with some veggies.
Yeah.
I really want to bring in the shrimp ring here. The shrimp ring is
Again,
wonderful.
Jeremy has a
vegetarians.
full man cave vibe
It's-
going with his
it's
team. Yeah.
Great to snack on. However, I do feel I need something in the vegetable category,
Mm.
and it's not the most veggie friendly, but I'm going with spinach dip because that has the bread and you dip it with
Spin
the
dip.
spinach.
I love a good old
It's-
spin dip.
If you get a good spinach dip, it is.
I like it more with like
delicious.
a crunchy Panera bread type.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, you need like the pita, like the crispy. It's kind of a little soft in the middle, but crunchy on the outside. You dip it in.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest, I love that pick.
It's.
I'm gonna be honest. I
That's
love.
that's
I
a
do
that's a
love that.
steal for the 10th overall.
I
pick.
do love that.
I didn't heat it up in the oven. It's
Yeah,
just
I didn't know.
like
I didn't know
gooey and
dips were
cheesy.
allowed. I didn't know
Right.
dips were allowed.
All right, so to summarize,
What do you dip your nachos in, eh?
I didn't know.
What do you,
dips
what do you
were
dip in your
allowed.
nachos in? Salsa?
My nachos
Cheese?
don't need any dip because they're so phenomenal.
It's just loaded and you just take it
Oh,
off the plate.
put the
loaded
cheese on
nachos.
top. Yeah.
What about the guac?
There's sour cream on there. There's
Yes.
tomato. There's
Guac?
salsa guac.
little
That's all. That's all. Let's remember that with a nacho.
Jalapeno.
Let's remember that with a nacho. Jalapenos.
Jalapeno.
And-
It's pronounced jalapeno, right? And Doritos.
Jalapeno.
You
Jalapenos.
you have your jalapenos
Jala-
with your
jalapenos.
Doritos drink. Hey, don't you like the Doritos?
Jalapenos.
Okay, God.
Jalapenos.
You didn't see
How
this?
many times
Did you not see Chippy's review of Doritos?
Oh, I saw it.
No, it's Gyros.
Gyros?
Gyros.
Gyros.
Oh my gosh.
Gyros.
Okay, I'm gonna summarize you guys' picks before you're done, or before you keep going on with this nonsense.
Fun over here.
I'll go with Chippy's lineup first.
Mhm.
We got nachos, a solid player. I like that. We got the fruit platter, a little questionable second overall in my
I love fruit.
opinion, but you can never go wrong with it. I think it could have slipped a little bit and you would have got it still.
When chips were available, that's tough.
Yep. We got brownies, like them, solid brick, veggie tray, and hot dogs. I'm not gonna lie, the hot dogs. I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that in this context. I'm not bringing hot dogs to watch
Some
the
barbecue
game, but
dogs.
yeah. Anyway, I like that lineup. Jeremy, we got
Hold on,
wings.
A little aside. Are we recording on the GoPro?
All right, we're back. I don't know what Jeremy was freaked out by the GoPro. He's a scaredy cat.
Well,
It did stop though after he said
That was
it.
weird.
Yeah, it's
That was
like he put it into the universe. Anyway,
that's-
what was I doing? I was going over Jeremy's lineup.
Yep.
We got wings. Fast player, he can fly. We
hard.
got chips. Not gonna lie, that would have been my number one overall. Everyone brings chips, even or snacks on them when they're on their own, whether it's a party.
I
or
had to counter the nachos with something.
And that's-
yes. You got the
So
salty.
let's be clear. Chips are nachos. Let's be clear.
No,
Chips.
no,
are
nachos are different than chips.
chips.
Nachos are the package
So
deal.
the best of both worlds.
I'd say
nachos are the best of
No.
both worlds.
99% of
Number
the
one
time
overall.
when I'm sitting down to watch a game, I'm grabbing a bag and I'm going to have a handful, and then I end up eating the entire
So this
bag.
is about the best. This is about the best things you could.
True.
bring.
I'm
This
just
is
gonna
about the best.
Chippy, you're gonna
Okay.
be quiet for a little bit while I go over.
This is about the best.
my mic. All right, we got wings.
Let me
chips.
finish going through
Yep.
the lineup
Mhm.
before you make your.
I
You
know,
make your
seems like you went
case.
through mine a little too quick.
I don't think so. I'm going through Jeremy's quick, but you interrupted.
No, because you're like
Stop
that
it,
would have been
stop
my
it,
number
you
one
just
overall.
stop
That would have been my
fighting.
number one overall pick.
We got
Oh,
we got wings, we got chips, we got beef jerky, real man pick there. We got peanut M&Ms, a little bit of sweet and a little bit of salty, kind of. And then we got spin dip, which was a steal for the 10th overall.
Look at this. Look at this bias we're already seeing out of this.
Chippy,
host.
would
Look
you
at this bias.
relax?
Hey, he's just upset
Look at
that
this
Coach
bias.
Chippy didn't take chips.
Would you relax?
No, I can't.
And
Can't
since
do
I'm the moderator, I'm going to choose the winner. You all listening right now are welcome to vote in the comments. Maybe I'll put a poll up on Spotify. We've got. I really like Chippy's lineup. I like Jeremy's, but I got to go with Chippy.
Oh,
That was a surprise.
I think
that was a
just
surprise.
the balance of sweet and
Appreciate it.
there's something for everybody.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
And like regardless of the type of friends you have, they're gonna find something they
I
like there.
appreciate it.
If it were me, I was being unbiased, but if it was me personally, I would have went with Jeremy's just because there's more items on there that I would personally have.
I appreciate
Not
it.
enough,
Okay.
not enough meat on this side. I mean, nachos, fruit, brownies, hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Anyway, you guys can
I
vote in the
appreciate that,
comments
Aiden.
who you think. I just wanted to get Chippy off my back. From
Yeah,
that.
no, I know. I
No, I'm just
know.
kidding.
All right, good draft.
All right, so
We wanna-
Easter. We just had Easter weekend. How was your Easter, everyone?
It was great, and let's just talk real quick.
Yep.
Chippy and I had a challenge because we are addicted to our phones. I mean,
Accurate.
Whoa. That is very. Hey, words are spells. I am not addicted to my phone.
yeah, me neither. 7 hours average screen time. That is email
That's
editing.
light work.
There's a lot.
That's
light
light
work. It's a very useful tool. So we wanted to see what would happen if we pick a random day. We picked Saturday, which was Easter weekend.
Yep.
You just flip the screen, you flip the phone over, and you don't touch it all day. And I started at midnight, right? So it's like I was
Oh, you were commit
Yeah, yeah.
actually the full calendar
a
day.
full like I couldn't be on it until like 2 a.m. and then like I wanted a 0 minute screen
Oh,
time
on your actual
yeah,
phone, right?
Yeah, so I flipped it over at like 11. I was like, I'm going to bed, and then just didn't touch it all day. I did cheat because my wife called. You need to pick up your phone when the wife calls. So
Whoa. If
Yeah.
it's off, you wouldn't even know she's calling.
it wasn't off; it was just flipped over, right?
Okay,
And
so
then and she
cheating.
was out of town.
Cheating going
Yeah.
on. It's okay.
Okay, you can call it cheating. That's
It's
fine.
okay.
I would have, if it were me, I would have put on the Apple Watch and then said if I get a call, I'll have to answer it on there
Ah, smart.
to
Yeah.
avoid the screen time.
Not all of us have the Apple Watches though, Hayden. Not all of us.
Jeremy does.
Anyways,
Oh.
it was interesting because obviously, like a lot of people out there, there's a dull moment. You just reach for your phone, you look at it, and you don't even and you just look at it for
You
2
almost
minutes.
forget you did it.
Right? It's like just that. It's a mental ingrained habit
It's
where
like a
it's
conditioning.
condition. You're just
to
on it.
Check it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you've been conditioned, right? So I thought it'd be interesting to go a full day without it, and it was actually surprisingly easy. I had a busy day.
You picked a good weekend to do it.
Fair, but I mean, we didn't have anything going Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to install a dishwasher. It was annoying in some places because I needed to look
The
something up.
problem solving, yeah.
Right, and I'm like, I can't just reach my phone.
We
look it
talked
up on
about
YouTube.
using your phone as a tool, and then you all of a sudden didn't have that tool.
I was missing it in a number of areas. So I'm like, now I have to go over to the laptop, find the charger because the battery's dead, plug it in, flip it open, figure out my password because my wife's
Hold
computer.
on.
I could go on
Is a
it.
laptop not screen time?
It's not a phone. It was,
Oh,
it was the phone addiction.
Oh,
And-
okay.
Well, I mean, so I went on YouTube and looked up the video. But here's the thing: if I open my phone, look something up,
Immediately a million other distractions.
yes.
Right.
So on the computer, I flip it open, I look up the video, I close it, I go back to work.
You
So-
act like a real grandpa.
right.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is what I need it for. I've used it, and now I'm done. On the
Right.
phone, I guarantee I would have opened up a different app, looked at something,
Right.
swiped something. It would have been like 5 minutes stolen, 6 minutes stolen here and there. So that was nice. I was a lot more productive, a lot more efficient. Great day. I did feel the urge every maybe 2 or 3 times where I look at the phone and I went to reach for it. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm not. And
Right.
it wasn't hard. It was not.
Where did you leave your phone?
I just had it on my nightstand next to my bed.
Okay.
So it wasn't hard at all. It was annoying the odd time, but it's
So what's the verdict? Good or bad?
great to do. I'd say you should have no cell Saturdays or something like that.
Right.
Because I was more engaged in certain moments where I probably would have looked at my phone once or twice throughout that moment. But now I'm with the kids. I don't. And even if I just look at it for a minute and then put it away, it's still 1 minute or my mind isn't 100% there. So I was
Right.
more engaged, listening better. I had no sort of distraction. So I did like it. I really enjoyed it, and I think I would do it more often.
So you're gonna do it once a week, yay or nay?
Yeah, I'd say maybe not. Yeah, maybe I will.
I just wanted to do the ding.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a great weekend thing to put it away for
Yeah.
at least the waking hours.
Even do like a no cell Sunday or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, you make it a habit, and then all of a sudden your Sundays become your productive days before
Yeah.
you start the
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. So heading over to Chippy.
Yeah, how'd it go with
how
you,
was
Chip?
it?
Yeah, so I think I played it a little differently.
Okay.
I played it a little differently. Mine was I just needed to have the break. Mine was I was angry at my phone. I was I remember I was with my buddy. I just threw my phone on the thing, turned it off. I'm like, yo, I don't even want to look at that thing.
Right.
It was just I just don't want to look at this right now. I'm just almost I'd been so burnt,
look at it?
just burnt
just look
out,
at it.
man.
Are you and your phone in an abusive relationship?
Dude, I'm just with social media. I was I don't even want, why am I on here? I had this epiphany where it's I don't even want to look at this thing right now. I've been on this for so many days, so many hours,
Mhm.
the past year.
Just
It's
fully
like,
consumed.
I just need to get off this thing, and then I just threw it. I turned it completely off, just turned it
Okay.
off. And then me and my buddy went for a 2-hour walk without our phones, and it was just the most amazing friggin' thing. It was
Mhm.
it's not even there.
Well, it was beautiful
not-
weather this weekend. as
Oh, it
well,
was
which helps.
beautiful.
You couldn't have picked a better
No.
weekend to do that type of thing because it really resets you. I was
Yeah.
outside more this weekend than I was all winter because
yeah,
it was finally
so
super nice
gorgeous,
weather, right?
yeah,
So
especially
I had the tarp off and I was in the backyard cleaning up and
Beauty,
just
man.
catching some
cue
rays.
the slow mo sweaty montage.
Canadians Canadians know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
These winters, if you guys aren't from Canada or somewhere where it's winter time, like
Even just the daylight, like
just the daylight, the sun,
like it's out so much longer now. It's you just
Oh.
feel like energized. You
The
want to do stuff.
The first sunny day, you're like,
Yeah.
t-shirt time.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Mason's in his shorts. He's riding his bike around.
It's still only like 12
Yeah.
degrees, but
Yeah.
it's just like it's like.
So what about you, Chippy? Are you gonna do once a week now
I
or
think
not?
it's gonna be like a daily like turn my phone off. For
Oh, I like
At
that.
Like
least
for a couple hours type
2
thing?
hours, like whenever like there's like a when I need to focus, man.
I'll
Like,
give you
put
the
it
ding
away.
for that.
Put it away.
yeah,
I'll
eh?
give you the
put it
ding for that.
away, man. And,
Yeah, it's like-
and this was the first like day I probably didn't go on my phone before bed. Like I read before bed the last 2 nights.
Right.
I journaled and read instead of
Right.
scrolling and then immediately put my phone down. And then like I just put my phone away from me. Like I didn't have it beside me.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on
Like
the
out of
other,
reach.
other side of the room.
Out of reach, out of mind.
Yeah,
Out of sight, out of
exactly.
mind. Kinda.
Was it a struggle at any point? Were there any little moments you noticed? You're like, oh, that's weird. Like modifications to your behavior, anything like that?
I just felt more engaged in whatever I was experiencing. Like I was seeing family I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah,
More present.
So naturally, I have to be more present. I have
Yeah.
to be engaged in a conversation, and it's very difficult to do that when you're subconsciously like bringing
Yeah.
your phone out or subconsciously
How's
like
that TikTok I uploaded yesterday doing?
exactly.
You wanna check the
that
stats?
was
It's 1 minute.
that was the most thing. It's just like I don't care about these stats that are on these like posts. Like I've been consumed by it. Like I've been almost like up and down because of if a video does well or not, or if it doesn't. Like that was what I was just tired. I'm like, why am I even caring about this? Like it was like
The world keeps turning. Like the
Yeah,
stats are.
like,
you don't
doesn't
need to check
matter.
them like
It
5
doesn't-
times a day,
no,
right?
It
like,
doesn't. It doesn't.
yeah.
It does not. It doesn't affect it. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't. Like that's probably the biggest thing for like as a creator, like posting videos and then just not checking. Like who
Yep.
cares if they do well or not? Like that's where I was like toxic, and I've just been like consumed by that because I have been growing so quickly on here. I'm new to this creator
Mhm.
life
Yeah.
that it's like I just got burnt out from even like looking. I don't even want to look
Good.
at this post. Like I don't even want to like attach myself to it at all. And I think that was.
So it was pretty easy for you.
Yeah, it was very like
Nice.
I think for most people, if you just turn the phone off and forget about it, you won't even know it's not there, and you'll just experience, and the day will just feel just as probably quickly going by.
Great. More engaged. I loved it. One thing I didn't tell Sammy, my wife, that I was going to do it.
Right.
So she had no idea. Now she was away for like 4 hours. It was Olivia's birthday party. She took her to this thing, but whatever. She saw me in the morning. She was away, and then she called me. So then that's when I had to answer. She was out for like 3 hours. I'm like, I better pick that up.
Right.
I was installing a dishwasher while she was gone, so she had no idea what I was doing. But then when she got home, like we had I don't know, family time and dinner, and then so at around 11:30 or 11 p.m. Also no phone. Going to the journal. I was writing it. And I was like, so Sammy, did you notice anything different about me? She's like,
That's like normally it's the girl asking
Yeah, I know.
that question, and it's like, trap. It's a trap.
Right.
Hair, she got her hair done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Your hair looks lovely today, honey. Or is it your eyes? I don't know. What did you do?
And Sammy is telling me, she's like, get off your phone. You're all right.
Yeah.
She's like, you don't need to be on your phone. And I feel that I'm not on it a lot, but she does like to just point out anything. Like I could
Yeah.
not be on it at all. And then I like look at it for 5 seconds and she's like, you're always on your phone.
That's the worst, man.
And the opposite is when I don't have it, she's like, can you look this up for me? I was like, oh, I don't have my phone. Like sometimes I just leave it in the car or whatever. I just don't want to bring it with me.
Yeah.
Or I'll like leave it in my room and
Then,
we'll
then
go
you're
out.
the fill in
And
there.
she's like, why don't you have your phone? I was like, oh, I thought it was always on it, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, anyways. So I asked her, I was like, did you notice anything different about me? She's like, no. I was like, something that like I do a lot, and like, and she's like, and she had to think, and she's like, no, not really. And I was like, I didn't use my phone at all. And she's like, yes, you did. You were on it in the morning. And I was like, no, I wasn't. I was like, when? And I was like, check my screen time. And I showed her the screen, but before she's like, no, you were on your phone in the morning. And then I was like, no, I was on the journal. She's like, you picked it up right in the morning. I was like, no, I was using my journal.
Yeah.
So like a different thing, right? Instead of, because that's what I use my phone, my journal. I can use that also in the phone.
Yeah.
Right. So then she's like, no, you went to the bathroom and you're on your phone for like 10 minutes. I was like, no, I was reading the Canadian Tire Flyer. Right?
Just bathroom reading.
Something different to do. She's like, oh.
Yeah.
And she's like, didn't you just go on it? I was like, no, I've been like reading. I was reading a book.
Just reading Reader's Digest. or-
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she thought she just replaced all these moments. It just other things that I use to fill my time. She just is like, that's phone time. That's phone time. That's phone time.
Right.
In her mind, I was still, I guess.
It's a habit in her mind of like being used to you doing that.
And then I showed her the screen time. She's like, oh. It's like, I didn't even notice.
She's like, did you get a new phone?
That's actually like an inspirational thing. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that's actually huge. Like yeah, like just those places where you go in the house, like when you go in the bathroom, do I need to bring my phone to the bathroom with me? Like, or can I just like not have it? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's where it's like, whoa.
I'd like to,
use this thing in every room, every place I go.
Yeah.
I use this thing.
Anytime there's
Like, wow.
3 minutes of quiet time, you just have to have it, right?
Anytime. It's actually like a little soother. like,
Where's my binky?
the way you described that, it was like, oh, when you wake up, you went to the washroom,
Where's my soother?
wow, like it is. It's like a soother. Like it keeps you like. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, man.
Well, it's
wild.
in
We
the
could, we
technical
could talk about screen time all day long.
Yeah,
let's
just
move
I
on.
want to move on. We're
Yeah,
gonna move on.
It's a fun experiment.
Good job, you guys. You get the applause for actually doing it. Yeah.
I just want to add one more thing.
No, we're
Oh,
done.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
absolutely not.
Okay, this is also personal. It was fun, and it is kind of a nice tie-in from the cell phone thing. I went to a Barrie Colts game. I brought Mason. It is great to go to like your local games. This is OHL, so it's like major junior. These kids are good. They're going to get drafted to the NHL, or a lot of them already are drafted. So a lot cheaper. It was a playoff game, so super exciting. And it was only like a 30-minute drive. I don't have to pay for parking, all that stuff. It was a great day out with the kids. And I got 4 tickets, so I invited a friend and his kid.
Did you get noticed?
Yeah, I was taking pictures and stuff like that. That's besides the point.
Celebrity. Yeah, you went out for the
They
celebrity.
put me up on the
status.
Jumbotron. I had
No, did they?
lineups. I was selling 8x10s. No.
They put you on the
Hey,
jumbo.
when I went to the Colts game like a couple of months ago, there was a bunch of kids asking for pictures with
That's
me. I'm
sweet,
like,
eh?
Oh, look at the little grin! Look at the little grin!
but honestly, it was kind of funny because I was with Shannon, and it was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Exactly.
I guess
Now you're like,
Yeah,
yeah.
now,
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, Shannon. Hey, Shannon, Mr. Big.
No,
Mr.
I think she would
Big Wig.
probably prefer I didn't.
So it's funny. So I got a picture with these 2 kids, and the one kid's like, "Do you know Andrew, who's on the old paint cans?" He's
Yeah.
like, "He's my cousin." And this other kid's like, "Do you know Brian Gallagher? He's my dad's friend." So it's like somehow they both knew
Yeah.
people from the old paint cans, our
Right.
team. Anyways, Chippy and I last episode were talking about, is everyone addicted to their phone? And I was like, yeah, it's got to be taking over everyone's lives, right? While I'm sitting there at the game, 2 good stories from this game. The first one is this guy next to me is texting someone, and he had a flip phone.
What a legend.
A
Unreal.
flip phone.
Was
and
he old?
is 10 years older than me, maybe. He's like in his maybe 50s.
You know what? I
40s,
respect
like,
that.
But like
That's commitment.
Super dope.
he could have had a smartphone. A lot of people do. Like, but he wasn't old.
You know what I would be interesting because you know the old phones, those flip phones are, some of them had good keyboards to type on.
No,
but
he
they're
had to push
fast.
the buttons like
Yeah, but like
predictive text.
if you had an old phone like that and all you did was like voice messages with people, so
Take
you
it
could
a
just,
voice
it's like a
message?
dictaphone, you know?
yeah.
Like you just talk, it's like to someone's like, hey, did you do
I'm
this?
addicted to phone. I'm addicted to phone. No. So anyways, I'm like, you can't be addicted to your phone if it's a flip phone. It doesn't have any of the apps that draw you in.
What are you gonna
There's no
play
str-
Brick Breaker or something?
Exactly.
Actually
Yeah.
So it's
sick.
like if you want to just have the basic stuff, you just get anyway. So I thought it was interesting that it's like that's one way. If you're so
Right.
clearly not everyone is addicted to the smartphones. If you just don't even get one. The second thing, which was wild, is that I witnessed something that is probably one of the most rarest things in hockey.
History.
The rarest thing. Like I have never seen it happen while watching a game on TV. It's never happened in any games that I've ever played in, and I've only ever seen it in highlights. And it was actually crazy how it panned out. I bought tickets to this game, and I wanted to sit where the Colts shoot twice, so
Yeah.
behind the other team's goalie. And I thought I was buying it in that end. I got tickets right behind the net. But when I got there, the Colts came out. I was like, oh, I wanted to be on the other side
Got
of the
the wrong
ring.
side.
Oh, we got the wrong side. It's like, whatever. There's like 10 seconds left. Colts are up. The other team pulled their goalie. It's the playoffs. Colts need to win this. The puck comes behind the net. Goalie goes out to play it. Who was it? Clark. Brant Clark is like slapping his stick.
Isn't he
wants
the
it.
captain?
He's
Yeah,
nasty.
he had a goal and 2 assists. He had
Yeah,
3
he's
points,
solid,
right?
yeah.
And he's looking for the goalie to pass it up to him so he can get the second goal. Not a hat trick or anything, right? Goalie kind of looks at him, looks up ice, goes down on one knee and just rips the puck. It's sailing
Gotcha.
through the air. It hits the ice. It starts to curve. It goes dead center, and the arena just erupted. We got to witness a goalie
That's
goal.
so
That's
sick.
un-
in
Unreal.
person and actually sitting like right. I could breathe on the goalie. Like we were like 3 rows up, just right in front of my eyes. Watch
Brush
this
your
happen.
teeth.
That's actually unreal. Yeah.
I thought it was, I don't
That's
think.
actually
Especially for Mason and what was his
Oh,
friend
and
that
Mason.
came with you?
Well, they were just like playing, right? And I'm like, Mason, look, they pulled the goalie. And luckily, I called attention. I was like, Mason, look, they pulled the goalie. And right when I said that,
Just rifles it.
and you
Yeah.
can see in the highlights, we're in the background of the video, like, a
Right.
few rows up, and I'm like, when he gets the puck, I'm like looking over, so I did miss like this kind of the setup of it, because I'm like, hey, Mason, look, the goalie. And as I look over like this, I see him shooting. I was like,
What?
Mason, look. I was like, and everyone goes crazy. And it was so cool to see his teammates were just so excited. They jumped like 10 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Like, hugging him. Like, it was cool. Because, like, yeah. Like, to
That
see him-
doesn't happen.
And especially
hardly
in the
ever.
playoffs.
Yeah, that's
right? So it's
unreal.
cool. Yeah, so Colts move on. They've gone on the second round. So, yeah.
Oh, is it a game deciding?
Not a game deciding. They
Oh.
had to go and win it. Another one in Hamilton,
Oh,
which
okay.
they did.
But still, that's
That would have been even crazier.
yeah. If it was, imagine it's like the other team pulled their goal. They had a 1-goal lead. They were applying some pressure, and then he gets the goal. Like that'd be nuts. But yeah, it's crazy. That's cool.
So that was fun on the personal note. Yeah, it was
Awesome.
awesome.
Anyway, well, we said we're gonna do our playoff predictions for
Playoff
the first round.
predictions.
Basically, the way I think we'll do this is we'll start with one matchup. We'll each pick who we think's gonna win, and we'll each make our own hot take for that series.
Ooh,
Let's do it.
it's coming on the
Um,
spot.
Let's do it. Off the
And
dome.
we can be the judge of what's a hot take. We all haven't prepared fully for this. I've looked a little bit,
I'm
but
coming with the hottest takes.
I'm coming with the hottest takes.
Well, Jeremy
I think
came
I
with
always have the hottest takes.
Jeremy came with the hottest draft lineup, so he might be. Well, we'll see.
Habanero. I'm coming with habanero.
I'm
Scotch
coming
bonnet
with,
takes.
I'm coming with.
All right.
Scorpion.
What do we want to do first, East or West?
I'm East because I'm more engaged.
We wanna start with
Let's
the East
start with
first?
The one
Yeah.
I'm engaged with.
All right. So we'll start
East
and
is to the right.
to be just so that everyone
Never
knows
eat
we're
shredded
we're
wheat.
filming this on Tuesday the 11th. So there's some matchups that aren't completely finalized. We don't know for sure if these matchups are going to be finalized. We're going to do it with the assumption that they are, or that it might be, like for Boston, for example. They could play the Islanders, Pittsburgh, or Florida.
That could be part of your take.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. If you're like, yeah, Florida's going to win from here on out, or no, that one would be the same. If Pittsburgh wins from here on out and beats Boston, that's a hot take. You know, like that would be.
Hey, you took my
Hey,
take.
hey,
You took my
hey.
take.
Sorry, I was just doing an example.
Hey.
So we'll start with
Mine's even hotter than that.
we'll start with the Bruins matchup, which could be against the Islanders, Pittsburgh, or Florida if they drop off a little bit. So, do you want me to go first? This is pretty. I feel like this is going to be pretty universal.
Go for it.
I'm going to say that the Bruins are going to win the series. I would be very shocked if they didn't against
Wow.
any of those
I'm
players.
shocked. You take that.
Take in
And-
the President's Trophy winner has
Yeah.
never made it past the second round in the last 7 years.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, they're just so dominant right now. I'd be very shocked if they didn't win. So that's not a hot take. But my hot take would be that Allmark will post 2 shutouts in the series.
Who's Allmark?
He's their goalie.
For which team?
Boston.
Okay.
God, you can tell.
This is
Chippy-
going to be a good one for Chippy.
Yeah, what the heck?
All right.
I don't know anything about it.
Here's my take.
Yeah. Well, who's going to win first? You make your realistic win prediction,
Yeah,
and your hot take.
it's coming.
Okay.
So first up, Pittsburgh is going to end up facing Boston.
They're going to get the wild card.
They're going to get the wild card. Yep. So
Alright.
they're going to bump out the Islanders.
Who do they
Crosby.
play? Who are
It'll
the
be
next 2 games?
Pittsburgh versus Boston. Boston will get riddled with injuries, giving Pittsburgh the advantage, and Pittsburgh will beat them. And everyone will have bet and predicted that Boston's going to win, including myself last week.
Yeah. Right. So your hot take is that the Bruins get injured.
Because of
And
injuries.
lose.
Because of injuries, they won't make it past the first round.
I think with Boston, it doesn't even matter with injuries. They're just a unit right now.
Well, you find out.
Unless Pasternak, Marchand, and Bergeron all get hurt.
And Allmark. And Allmark.
Oh my God. Okay.
The bus is going to go. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. That's a hot take for sure. I allow that. Yeah.
Maybe they all get like the flu. Eh?
Is that a hot take, or are you just like putting ill will on Boston?
I'm just predicting random stuff, and if it works, then I look like a genius.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Casting spells. You're casting spells.
Yeah. Okay. Chippy, what are you manifesting? Because you're into that.
Who do Pittsburgh? Who does?
Boston could either play Florida,
Oh,
New
no,
York.
No, that's not what I'm about.
or
Who does
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh play the next 2 games?
Oh yeah, they play Chicago and Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, they're gonna absolutely dust those 2 teams, and they're gonna play Boston,
Okay.
You're both thinking that? Okay.
and then Well, Chicago and Columbus are both trying to lose.
Yeah.
Chicago and Columbus are both trying to lose.
Yeah.
And
Fair.
But
Pittsburgh's
I'm
trying to win.
I'm just saying that Islanders also play Montreal next, so it's like they're trying
But
to
if
lose.
Pittsburgh wins 2 games, they win. They're in.
Yeah, they have to win not in overtime though in order to get
Yeah, they're gonna win both
outright
those.
win
They're- Like Sid the Kid.
because they're only
Sid the
they're
Kid's gonna-
3 points back.
Sid the Kid's gonna bounce Boston out.
All right. So and then who's going to win the series?
Sid the Kid's gonna bounce Boston out.
You think that's going to happen?
Do I have to say it a third time?
Yeah. What you?
Sid the Kid
I couldn't hear you.
is gonna bounce Boston out of there.
Turn his mic up.
Sid the Kid is gonna put Boston Bruins in a tornado of domination.
Are
In a tornado of
out
domination.
of there.
Evgeny Malkin.
All
All right, next up.
Is that your hot take? Because you're just
Oh.
saying who's going to win.
Oh,
I think
That's kind of one in its own. But if you have another hot take, I wanted to give
it's
the
a
opportunity.
Game 7 win. Crosby.
Oh yeah, game 7.
Crosby with the game winner.
Crosby has the most points in the series.
Oh, most
There we
points in the
go.
series. I like that. That's a hot take.
There
Yeah,
you go. There you go.
because that would be like actually pretty.
That's
Fire.
what have,
Yeah.
have to happen.
All right, I like
That's
it.
the only way
Next
they win.
next matchup, we all know this one. It's been set in stone since like freaking middle of the season. We got Tampa versus the Leafs.
Yeah.
I got the Leafs winning in 7,
Mhm.
and Matthews is gonna be on average a goal per game. To make them win.
Ooh.
That's my hot take.
Okay.
That Matthews is gonna drive them to the win this year. He's heating up at the right time. He's almost got 40 goals. Who knows? They play Tampa tonight. Maybe he'll be at 40 by the time you listen to this podcast.
He's already
And
at
he's
40.
going to be a goal per game.
He's at 40.
No, he's not. Is he?
40 last night.
Oh, he got it last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
freak.
right, Hayden. Wow, you.
Wow, I predicted
Whoa,
it.
Hayden. Whoa.
Okay, anyway, 40 goals again, and this is an off year for him, and he's still got 40 goals. He's heating up at the right
Stud.
time. He's going to be goal per game in the playoffs versus Tampa and drive them to the victory. That's my hot take.
I like that take.
Love it.
Yeah.
I enjoy that take.
Jeremy?
Can I say Leafs in 4? Is that a hot enough take?
Oh my
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
God, that's pretty hot. Oh my gosh, the Chippy got muted because he got too loud here.
My bad. My bad.
It's when
I love that
they finally figure it out.
Leafs in
It's
four.
it's when they finally figure it out,
But-
and they just
They
steamroll.
Steamroll Tampa.
That is a
Like,
hot take.
Steamroll them. I agree.
Samsonov just like flashing that leather, shutting them down. and-
Stamkos and Kucherov are crying. They can't get
Yeah.
anything going.
Exactly,
They
and
can't get it going.
Matthews just feasts,
He's
feasts. out
smarter
there.
and
I was
Matthews.
hoping that Jeremy would take an opposite stance because now we know Chippy's going with the Leafs and we're all gonna could be wrong here. Let's hopefully not.
Hey, everybody's saying Leafs are out in the first round, so the hot take has to be that they win.
Yeah, that's a hot take
All
for
right.
sure. All right, Chippy, you.
Yeah, Toronto just pumps Tampa. Just pumps them. Mitchie, Marner, and Knies. And Matthew Knies is
You
our
think-
iron horse.
I want to talk about him before the end of the pod. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matthew Knies has a breakout playoff, and he's
I don't even know if he's gonna play, but we'll talk about that later.
That's what I'm saying.
that's why it's a hot take.
hot take.
Matthew Knies gets moved up to the first two lines,
Okay, yeah,
one or two,
that's a hot take in
and
itself.
and he's banging home pucks in front of the net, and he's hammering guys.
Hmm.
Matthew Knies
Playing
is gonna,
playoff hockey.
Matthew Knies is gonna go in and hammer guys.
Hmm.
That's what I'm predicting.
I'm gonna throw in one more hot take, and I need to call it early so that it's on paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Leafs Stanley Cup final. It's overtime for the Leafs to win, and Noel Acciari.
Achari.
Thank you. Let me try that again. I don't want this to be. I want that expunged.
I'm using
Acciari.
this clip for social.
You gotta expunge that from the record so it sounds good, eh? When you retweet it.
Olakari.
With the Noel Acciari. All right. Leafs make it Stanley Cup final. The game-winning goal is scored by Noel Acciari to win the cup for the Leafs, and he becomes a hero.
Wow, you're
the city.
putting that out early. I like it.
All right,
has to be
all
early.
right. Well, because he's doing it, I'm gonna say the same thing.
No, we're gonna do like second
my-
round predictions when that happens.
My
too, you know.
prediction, I'm gonna say it early too. Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup. Austin Matthew wins the Conn Smythe,
Yeah.
and he scores 20 plus goals in the postseason.
Okay. Like it.
Yeah. Okay, you're putting it out there.
I mean, he kind of needs to for
I'm-
it to happen too.
Just to counter you guys, my predictions are that the Leafs are going to make it out of the first round. They're going to get over the hump.
Mhm.
And I think they're going to carry that momentum and get through Boston in the second round.
I like
And then they're going to lose to one of either New Jersey or New York Rangers.
Oh,
in
if
the-
we get
in the
through Boston,
semifinal.
no one's stopping
No.
us. If we get through Boston, you
Nah,
think the
there's nothing.
Rangers are gonna stop us?
Wait till I'm right.
If
Oh
they
my
take out
gosh,
Tampa
no
and
chance.
Boston, who have been their nemesis,
It's
like
a
they're
bloodbath.
kryptonite. They're kryptonite.
They're
Think
gonna
too,
feel
too
yeah.
banged up.
No, not even too banged up. Think of this: the hump is the first round.
Yeah.
Boston is another hurdle. They get through that. They feel so accomplished.
Yeah.
They lose focus and lose to the next.
No
To New
chance.
Jersey.
But it's still a net accomplishment for the Leafs.
Okay.
To
Okay.
Florida. They lose to Florida.
Watch-
Okay.
Watch when I'm right.
No, then.
Not to Florida, to New
Jersey.
York, to the Rangers or Jersey, whoever wins that series.
Leafs are cup bound. Cup bound. I've been saying it all year.
All
Cup
right.
bound.
All right.
All right.
Next matchup.
I like it. So everyone listening knows, we'll be doing like updates throughout the playoffs as well once we get to the second round and the semifinals, everything. So
I only
we
need to
just
do-
wanted to put that in.
Everyone has Leafs going past the first round. Everyone listening's like, these guys are clowns.
Yeah.
I only need one prediction because it'll just come true, and I don't need it updated.
What about the West side? We haven't gone over that. Let's move on to
All mine are right, though.
we're only 2 into this. All right, we're going Hurricanes versus it could be the Panthers, Islanders, or Pittsburgh. Realistically, same as against Boston. Who's going to win that series? I'm pretty much. I don't care who they're matching up against. The Hurricanes are a wagon. They're winning that series, and I'm going to say that Sebastian Aho finally has his time to shine and step up and be a point and a half per game player in the playoffs and make a real difference in the series. Be the star that he actually can be, and that's my hot take.
He's going to need to be. He's going to need to be.
All right. So I'm saying Carolina. They win the series. They take it, and Svechnikov scores the very first scoop lacrosse style goal
In the
in
playoffs?
overtime.
In overtime?
In overtime.
Oh,
He hits it. He hits it in
Oh.
OT.
that would be electric.
Obviously, these two
I think
buffoons
I think I got-
haven't been watching enough hockey.
I got goosebumps just hearing
Svetch is
that.
injured.
Hey, look at the hairs on.
Svetch is injured, guys.
Yeah, but he's coming back, isn't he?
Svetch, he's out for the season.
Yeah.
Torn ACL.
Yeah, he's not.
I messaged him the
so
other day.
I don't
and
think
he
that'll
messaged me
probably
back.
happen, yeah.
Shout out to my boy Svetchy.
I forgot about that.
That's a really hot
I'm
take.
wishing,
isn't
I'm
he,
wishing him all the best.
he comes back in just his shoes. I'm just kidding. I really want that. Would be so much
Svetch
fun.
is my guy. I'm wishing him a fast.
You know what? I remember hearing that headline, and as Chippy was saying, it was like, oh yeah, you're right. But
No.
but you painting that picture gave me goosebumps thinking about it. I was like, oh, that's so good.
Dang it.
And then I had to come.
Yeah, you
spoil the
ruin
show.
everyone's
Way
party.
to-
Bad,
way
way
to
to
be.
be.
All right.
My bad.
So what's your hot take then instead of that?
Brent Burns leads that series in points.
Ooh, defenseman, hot take. I mean, he has been playing good, but
Okay.
that's that whole series, not just the Canes.
Just like the whole series.
The whole series. All right,
I mean, it's probably gonna be Aho, but I'm saying Burns for the hot take.
right. And we like Burnsy. We want to have him on the pod. Yeah.
We love it. We love it.
All right, Chippy, you.
Yeah, I am have to go with. I did have some. I did some coaching for Carolina this year. A little bit. I have been intertwined with the team a little bit.
Mhm.
A couple members on Carolina are on Team Style and Flow.
Mm.
Dylan Coughlin, Seth Jarvis,
Mhm.
and Svetchy. So I'm gonna have to go with my Carolina Hurricanes. Gonna steamroll whoever they're up against in the playoffs, and I'm gonna go Seth Jarvis.
Ooh.
He's a breakout player. and
Oh yeah, I could see him being a good playoff player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be their dark horse.
He's pretty fast, isn't he? Like
yeah,
he's
on
one of the
line one. He's on line one.
Yeah.
and he's playing. I think he plays
Lots
with
of power
Aho.
play minutes?
Yeah,
yeah.
and he's just a beauty.
I could see it. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you that that's a hot take, but I would say that that's almost expected.
I
at
think
this
he
point.
needs
possible.
to. I think
Yeah.
he needs to.
They've got
Yeah.
great depth. The
Yeah.
fact that Svetch is out and they're still just they're playing great.
And
got a
they
good
just play
squad.
such a good system is why I think they'll do well.
All right, next
shout
matchup.
out to Carol.
We got the Rangers versus the Devils.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going hot take here.
Do you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, I'll
then,
kick this
Chippy?
one off.
We'll
I'm
change
going-
the order
I'm
up.
going Devils are gonna win this series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Patty King gets bounced first round.
Mm.
They try to stack their team, try to do too much. Everyone's got them going deep, and they run into the Hughes brothers. Because Luke Hughes is now in the lineup, just got infused. He's had a big season over in Michigan.
Is he playing though?
He's playing his first game tonight.
Similar to Matthew Knies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he might be a stud back there. Could
I
be
don't
a
know,
Kale McCarr situation.
Right.
And Jack Hughes at 100 points or something like that this
Right.
year. New Jersey Devils bounced the Rangers. Hot take.
All right.
And Jack Hughes just dominates.
I'm gonna take the opposite stance here. I'm saying that the Rangers are gonna win this series, and it's going to be the Panarin and Kane combo because Kane is a playoff performer. He elevates his game in these moments, and the fact that he's going to have the big lights of Broadway shining down on him, like in Chicago, of course, it's a hockey town, but New York, that New York crowd is a different crowd, and it is going to fuel him. Kane is going to step it up, and he's going to show Jack Hughes who the daddy is. So it's that Kane-Panarin combo that is just going to dominate the New Jersey Devils, and I'd say Rangers. We'll say in 6.
In 6, I like that.
So not fully confident in it.
I also have the Rangers.
Not fully confident.
Jersey's going to, have a 2 games.
Jack Hughes is gonna show Kaner who's his daddy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Because
Jack
Hughes looks
gonna
up to
show
Kane.
whose daddy
right?
is.
He's going to be nervous. I'm playing against my favorite player.
That guy has the most flow in the league. That guy doesn't get nervous, bro. You think
watch,
Jack Hughes
just
gets
watch.
nervous? You're crazy.
He's going to be shaky his first
Jack
game.
Hughes doesn't get nervous.
He's going to be shaky. First game, they're not winning. He's going to be shaky.
No,
All right, my prediction for the Rangers versus Devils, I also have the Rangers winning it. I'm going to say it's going to take a full 7. And my hot take is that the Devils are actually going to have a lot more of the expected goals. They're going to have a lot more shots, but Shesterkin's going to shut the door, and Rangers are going to capitalize on the rushes and score. Like even though they're not getting as much offensive zone time,
here
they're going to win by basically pure goaltending ability and ability to score like quickly on the rush.
I'd like to add Paul Mary gets the game winner for New Jersey Devils.
Okay.
Which game winner?
The only one they win.
Yeah, the only one.
Series,
I can see that.
Series clincher. Paul Mary gets the
Series
game-winning goal in the
clincher.
series clincher overtime.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You could see any scenario.
Paul
Hey,
Mary.
You know what's fun is to
Paul Mary.
I don't think we are allowed to make 2 hot takes, Chip, so that doesn't count.
It does
It's-
count. It's on record.
you know what's fun is you got to tweet out your prediction like before the game starts, and then when it happens, everybody retweets it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I did it once for like I picked who was it who's the Leafs that got traded to the Islanders? Why do I not number 47?
Oh, Engvall?
Engvall.
Oh, yeah,
I tweeted once that he'd get like the OT goal, and he scored it, and everyone's like, "What?
That's
Why
funny.
did you pick Engvall?" Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Just because we're Leafs fans.
had a hunch. Had a hunch.
Yeah. All right, we're done the East. So we all had Boston to win except for Chippy. He had
Who?
Pittsburgh, or did you have Pittsburgh to win
We
as
had
well?
Toronto
I
winning.
took Pittsburgh.
Jeez, you guys are taking the hot.
We had
those are
Toronto
hot
winning,
takes.
no?
Yeah,
No, not the whole East.
Toronto beats.
We're not
TV.
predicting for the further rounds yet. You guys just wanted to
Oh,
put that out in the universe.
Crosby
apparently.
going to dominate the Boston Bruins? Yeah.
And then the Leafs, we all had winning, which shocker. And then Hurricanes, we all had winning. And then we had a bit of divisiveness with the Devils and the Rangers. Chippy's got the Devils. Jeremy and I have the Rangers.
Thought you said you didn't like Devils, and who would name a team the Devils? Now you're cheering for the Devil.
Well, guess what?
Bottoms up, and the Devil laughs.
All right. Moving on to the Western Conference. That's that monster,
It's
crazy monster lady with an energy drink,
It's-
right? Yeah, I remember that.
oh yeah,
hilarious.
666.
And the Devil laughs.
So dumb.
Dude, the monster came. My buddy. That's so weird. You brought that up. Literally, me and my buddy and I watched that video yesterday in the car.
It's actually pretty funny.
because Adesanya, shout out to the UFC.
yeah. Oh, that
crossed-
speech he did. That was
you
cool,
know he
yeah.
crossed out the monster, he did the cross. He crossed out Monster's logo
Oh,
because it's like the anti
Wow.
interesting.
whatever. I don't like know that stuff. But
Right.
like,
Yeah,
It's just people
It's all like
drawing straws or whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
what the right saying.
I
is,
think
but-
Monster took that stance on purpose to the
like the mark of the beast type.
yeah,
stuff,
like they're like
it's-
trying to take us like not really because they care, just because they're like trolling when they started the business or something. But anyway, we won't get into this. It's
Alright, it's just
very
common
off
sense.
topic. We're going into the Western Conference. We got Avalanche versus the Jets. Is that one locked in place?
I am.
Jets.
I
aren't
think
in it.
Calgary's
Jets
in it
aren't
for the
Oh,
race, right?
yeah, yeah.
Calgary's out.
Calgary's
Calgary got
out.
eliminated last night.
Nashville, I think, has a chance.
What? No. No. Shane.
Yeah. If Nashville wins their next
And
two, they'd have
Winnipeg loses
94, and
both.
Winnipeg has to lose their next two.
Okay, so very
Well, I'll
unlikely.
say Winnipeg.
We'll say that Avalanche versus the Jets is a locked-in thing, pretty much. I'm going, obviously, the defending Stanley Cup champions. I'm going the Avalanche to win in 5. The Jets haven't even been playing that good. I could see Hellebuck stealing a game, but Avalanche are going to walk all over them. And just McKinnon is just going to be a firecracker. Makar, they're going to be like maybe combined 30 points on the power play this series. Like maybe not on the power play, but like between McCarr and McKinnon, I could see them getting like 20 to 25 points in the series.
Isn't Winnipeg worse this year than they were last year? Like I feel they lost.
I don't know how they're in a playoff spot, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I feel they lost a few of their top guys.
Yeah, they're divided. They're not
Yeah.
playing as a unit very well, but I guess they could have a good you never know. Some of the best playoff performances are the most unexpected. They all combine together in the playoffs, but I don't see it happening.
I wouldn't take them as the dark horse, that's for sure.
No, my hot take is that McKinnon and McCarr combined for over 20 points
Okay, combined for over 20
in one series.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with.
Did I say McDavid or McKinnon?
You said McKinnon.
Okay, I was like, I just had a mental lapse.
This
there.
is hard because I pretty much want to say the exact same thing as you. I'll take Colorado in 4. I'll say they just steamroll.
Oh, you don't think they can steal one?
No, I'd say like Hellebuck. He's always like drawn up as like a clutch goalie, but he never has like those. He's a good goalie, but he doesn't really turn it on. He will have to. He'll have to be like a Vasilevsky.
You'd have to steal like 3
performance.
games in order for them to win the
That's what I'm
series. Yeah.
Right. So I will say Bo Byron steps it up in the playoffs.
Oh, the young gun.
Yeah, and I predicted that he would have a great. I remember. I think it was last year.
You said he's going to have a great season. He's going to come up and be a legit regular in the NHL.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I picked Kaprizov to have a blowout season. He did, and now he's like a namestay.
This was before we started the podcast.
Well before, yeah.
Yeah.
And that Matthews would just crush, and that's when he had the 60-goal season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right?
So you're saying you just speak this stuff into existence?
It
He
happened.
manifested it.
But I'm going to say, Bo Byron, he's going to really stand out in these playoffs. That's my
Is it
hot
Byron
take.
or Byram?
Byron.
I think it's
Bo Byron. Just say it really quick, and then people can't. Just say Bo Byron.
Yeah,
It's Byron.
Bo Byron.
Byram.
I think it's with an M. But
Yep, that's what I
anyway.
said. Bo Byron. Anyways, so Bo.
Yeah,
Bo is just going to really shine these playoffs. Colorado wins in 4.
I like it.
Yep.
Wonderful. What about you, Chip?
I love the Winnipeg Jets disrespect here. I think you guys have got it completely wrong.
Oh,
I think we see an upset in the first round here. Winnipeg is going to come show what a Canadian team
Show 'em
can
who's
do.
boss.
Nikolai Ehlers, Mark Scheifele.
Ehlers has been like
Don't-
barely getting any ice time.
Oh well, he's a playoff performer, and Nikolai Ehlers is one of the best players in the league.
Saving it. Yeah, saving it for
Um,
playoffs.
Yeah, I guess so. I think there's a bit of
He's
a coaching dynamic
A
there. That,
stud.
Oh.
Ehlers is a stud.
I'm
And
not saying he's
Mark
not. I'm just saying that
Scheifele
he's
is
not
a
getting ice time.
Stud. And who? Morrissey, stud.
Okay, so what's your hot take? Aside from that, they're going to win.
I'd say
That's a
that's
hot
the
take.
hottest. That's hot enough.
They win, and Morrissey leads the team in points.
Mm, I could see that.
First round.
I could see Morrissey leading their team in points and losing in 5.
Watch this. Winnipeg Jets upsets the world.
All right, let's. He's going to make.
That's not
Manifest it
that's
into
not-
happening.
That's not an easy out.
Next series, we got the Dallas Stars versus the Minnesota Wild.
I have no care about this series. I just don't think I care about this series at all. But
The fact that Minnesota is essentially playing themselves.
The history
Right.
versus each other.
The reason the Dallas Stars are called the Stars is because they came from the Minnesota North Stars,
Yeah, it is quite funny. actually.
right? So the Minnesota North
That's-
Stars
that's like-
go to Dallas and they start the Dallas Stars.
To me, that's the most interesting narrative in all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Minnesota versus Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
It's
who
the
wins?
new team versus the old team.
Who wins?
My prediction is that the Stars lock it down. They just have such solid defense. They don't have a lot of high scoring games, and Minnesota does have the scoring talent, but I don't think it's enough to like break through that barrier. Dallas is going to win every game 2-1, 3-2
okay.
the highest. And my hot take is that Jason Robertson gets like maybe 2 game-winning goals in the series.
Oh, he's coming in. I like that.
Yeah, he's coming in
Yeah.
clutch. He's going to score when they need it.
That's nice.
Dallas is going to lock it down, and Jason Robertson's going to snipe it.
Yeah, because Robertson wasn't as he really came out of his shell this year.
Yeah.
And Dallas always plays really tough hockey, but they didn't really have they're kind of counting on Sagan to score.
They couldn't
and
score.
That's
They-
what I'm saying,
yeah.
right? So they were kind of counting on the guys that weren't really putting in the net, but now they have Robertson. So
Yeah.
I like that, Hayden. I'll take Minnesota to win it, even though I mean Dallas has such a tough team. I want to do a hot take.
Oh, how many games I forgot to say?
Right. We'll say Minnesota in 7.
Yeah.
And Kaprizov gets the game winner.
I think it's going to take 6 or 7 for Dallas to out them. I think it's going to be Dallas in 6, or it'll be a coin flip for Game 7, but I'm going with Dallas.
Kaprizov leads the series in goals.
Ooh, hot take.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like he's a freaking star.
He's
but
great.
but he hasn't shown it in the playoffs, so I'd say
Exactly.
it's a hot take.
So now he has to show he's got the playoff hockey in him. Right?
I don't think enough people are talking about him, to be honest. I think he's going to come with a little bit of fire in his belly. He wants to
Yes.
prove
That's
himself.
what I'm saying. He's underappreciated. He's flying under the radar. He did come late into the league,
Yeah.
but like just tore it up as a rookie. And it's like, oh yeah, well he's like 25. He played in Russia, whatever. But
Mhm.
no, he's a talented player.
Yes.
But playoff hockey's different. He's got a taste of it. Now he's gonna bring it this year.
Beautiful. All right. I haven't watched any of these teams play. I probably couldn't name more than 4 players on either team. So I'm gonna. This is specifically just instinct.
Mm.
Um,
Trust your gut.
I'm gonna go Minnesota because I've been seeing Minnesota everywhere. Like the Minnesota just won the Frozen Four.
Mm.
Ooh.
There was that high school tournament, Minnesota.
Oh, you think the mojo, the energy in the
I-
city?
I have just seen Minnesota more this year.
Right.
Just the word Minnesota. Just the word Minnesota. I've seen.
Talk about trusting your feeling
Yeah,
on it. Yeah.
Exactly. So the universe is.
So you're
right
going
now.
Minnesota and what, 7?
Minnesota and 5.
5. Whoa.
Ooh-wee.
I think Jamie Benn and Tyler Sagan are just,
Washed up.
old.
Mm.
All right. And do you have a hot take? Can you think of anything?
And Minnesota gets 3 shutouts in a row.
Oh my gosh.
In a row.
3
In a
shutouts.
row.
3
Oh
shutouts
my
in a row.
God. That'd be
Dallas-
What
amazing.
that would be like?
Da-
Wouldn't that be like playoff history or something?
Yeah,
like
Dal- close to it.
Yeah.
Dallas can't score.
Oh
If,
my
if
gosh.
if I were to go anyway, I would take Ottinger because he's
Ye-
just like he's played some really good goaltending.
Yeah.
and this is his chance to kind of like become
Okay,
that
no,
playoff.
okay,
goalie.
I'll say Minnesota gets 2 shutouts in the first 2 games.
Okay.
Go up
Okay.
2-0.
But I do like I think that if Dallas takes it, it's going to be Ottinger that really.
I was gonna make him my hot take, like
Yeah.
the goalie side of things, but I already did that for Allmark, so
Yeah, yeah.
for Boston. So yeah.
Every year there's one goalie that shines. It could be Ottinger.
And I didn't even know who the Minnesota goalie was.
Next up,
Is that Ottinger?
No, Ottinger is for Dallas.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't even know who the Minnesota goalie is. Doesn't matter.
Chippy's just like making shit up. It's hilarious.
It's exactly what we're all
Um,
doing. We're all doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
We all
not-
don't know, and you could be,
Imagination
the
is
funniest.
only true reality.
The funniest thing is that you could be right on all of them, and we could be wrong. And I've like done my research, watched games, and looked at
That's-
players that are gonna do well in
that's
my mind.
hilarious.
All
It's
this
all just
stuff.
random. It's
Yeah.
all just random. Hey,
Playoffs
well,
are unpredictable.
the-
That's one thing for sure.
Nobody can predict the
Next
future.
matchup, we got Golden Knights versus the Kraken. We got Vegas versus Seattle, and
Isn't that crazy?
I want my
2
hot dogs.
expansion teams, eh? 2 expansions.
yep,
The Kings versus, and like, there's teams that have been in this league for 100 years that aren't even making the playoffs.
Yep.
Okay? How does Seattle do that?
I don't know, but my prediction, and this is a hot take in one. I think Seattle is gonna win in the first round
Can
versus
we get
Vegas.
The, can we get the
Wow.
wrong?
I think
Wrong.
they're gonna upset them in 7 games. Eberle is gonna score the game-winning goal just like he did in the World Juniors. So-
Ah,
Eberle.
okay. Eberle did nothing in Edmonton.
Hayden said Eberle.
Eberle.
It's Eberle.
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 Jordan
It's
Eberle.
okay.
I think it's Jordan
okay.
Eberle.
It's Jordan Eberle.
I thought it was Eberle.
There's
I
no
think
accent aigu on there.
There's
Asante
There's
who?
no accent aigu.
there's Canadian pronunciation. There's French
Eberle.
Canadian
That's
pronunciation.
what I'm saying. There's no accent though.
People say it differently all the time. I don't care.
I'm
Um,
joking.
Yeah, people say Noel
Hey,
Akari.
It's
Eberle.
over.
Eberle. I think it's actually Eberle.
I think it's Eberle.
Hey, how do you say sauna?
Sauna.
No, that's apparently you were saying it wrong. Everyone, when I say
Sauna?
sauna, it's supposed to be like sauna.
Sauna.
Sauna? No,
Anyway.
it's not.
Is that an Asante Goo?
It's just accents, man. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, I'm saying that the Seattle Kraken are going to win in 7, and Jordan Eberle is going to score a game-winning goal.
Perfect.
He's going to be like the golden boy of the series,
You said it right.
and then they're going to get bounced in the second reads.
Oh yeah, I mean that's great. Yeah, I like that. This is tough.
Who do you got?
You haven't really watched much of their games, right? Like,
Well,
I've
no,
watched.
yeah,
I've watched actually more Vegas games than I have Seattle.
I do like that.
And that's what makes me think that Seattle's going to win.
Eberle has been turning it up lately.
Like I just think that Jonathan Quick,
Has he?
if they decide to play him, is going to just let in too many goals.
Is Kessel even going to show up for the playoffs, or is he just going to like?
I just won't do it. I just won't do it.
God.
Okay. So I'll take Vegas. I'll take him in 6, and I will put Jack Eichel will be the star because he has been
Mm.
kind of
He
like
has something to prove for sure.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
He hasn't played in the playoffs.
No,
Isn't that wild to think
Has
of?
he not? How he played last year.
Oh.
He's never seen playoffs.
I've never seen playoffs.
Because of Buffalo.
Yeah.
Wow, this is his first playoff
Yeah.
performance.
So he's got something to prove.
Yeah, and
I
he'll
could see
feel
that, yeah.
ignited, and
Does
he
Buffalo
wants.
still have a chance to make the playoffs?
A long shot, I think. They're like what 4 points back, and
What? No, they're.
I heard someone's like, "Oh, you thank goodness you guys got a point from Florida because Buffalo, thank you," or
Mhm.
something. They must-
87. Oh, they've got 3 games to play. Oh, okay.
3 games. Oh, so they have a couple games in hand, I guess, is the reason that
They could get 6 points.
But
and-
who are they playing? That's the thing. Like, I don't know.
No. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're
Let's
gone.
see, let
They're
me see.
gone.
No,
They're
no.
gonzos.
Out of Pittsburgh, both lose.
No,
No.
I don't think they can. It just doesn't work because they'd have to bump either Florida or.
It's possible,
It's-
mathematically possible, but highly improbable. to say.
Yes.
Okay, back to Seattle.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Vegas wins it in 6, and Jack Eichel leads that series. He's like the guy. He really just
Most points in the series.
most points in that series because yeah, he wants it. He wants to prove not only that he's a playoff player and that he wants to prove that he is up there with McDavid.
Yeah.
How many points did he have this year?
Right, because he was drafted second to him, right?
Exactly. So everyone's always saying, "Oh, Eichel bust."
I mean,
Eichel
he's nowhere
bust, blah, blah, blah."
close,
No,
but,
he's
like-
not. But like, he wants to be in that conversation.
No,
still,
yeah,
right?
he's not a bust.
Like, how do we
Right.
know? I like that because how do we know? Maybe Eichel is just a different beast in the playoffs, and we've never got to see it.
Exactly.
Right? Like the
Right.
mystery is there, and I like that.
So it's his chance, and I always thought he played a bit of a lazy game.
Stutz,
Right.
Right, so-
points, eh?
So this is his chance to like show that he's a workhorse.
right.
He's gonna work it.
Yeah,
work for it.
I could see that.
Gives him a reason.
I
I think he's that type of player. He doesn't do it if he doesn't have a reason. So he's playing for Buffalo. He's like, whatever. Kind of like Line A. Line's like, we're not gonna win.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe in the playoffs he switches it. Okay, hits the
Right.
switch.
When he's actually trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see. All right, Chippy, what do you got for Golden Knights versus the Kraken? The Kraken.
Who? You looking
the
for points
Kraken
here?
gonna crack the first round?
I got Golden Knights. I got Phil the Thrill scoring
Your boy.
at least
100 goals.
at least 4 goals in that series, and they win.
Ooh.
Phil gets 4.
Signature snapper. Hey, he just steps into that inside leg.
I
And
mean,
just
he's
rips
been playing on the power play, no? Like, I wouldn't say
Oh,
that 4 goals is that
Yeah,
far
Phil-
off, even if
Philly's-
they lose
Philly's
the
gonna throw a
series.
couple in the net. Phil's gonna throw a couple in the net.
But like, is that a hot take?
it. Okay.
Yeah, it is a hot take.
How
4
many
goals
How
from
many
Phil.
goals has he got in the last like 10
4
games?
goals from Phil is a hot take.
Here's
in
what you
playoffs.
don't know is that Chandler Stevenson, or
Yeah,
is it
he's their second line center. He's unreal.
yeah, I, to be honest, did not know about
Well,
this guy.
remember last
63 points in how many games played we got here? 79.
Well, remember when they played
Eichel's a
last
pointed player.
year against was it against Montreal in the
Oh,
playoffs,
yeah.
and they were missing him, and everyone's like, well, like who cares? But he actually makes a big difference.
What's Kessel got?
Yeah.
Phil,
36.
that's not bad.
He's got 14 goals,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 4 goals in the playoffs. That's a hot take.
and he
for
still
Phil,
haven't.
Yeah.
He still hasn't missed a game.
Yeah. Iron
He just
Man.
won't stop. Hey?
I'm gonna do a video. What do you mean? You can tell me I can miss games? We're allowed to miss games? No one told me we're allowed to miss games.
That's funny.
That was the idea I had yesterday.
That's
Or my
great.
dad
Solid.
actually had.
Yeah.
I didn't know we could miss game. Yeah, Phil.
All right. I like it.
Phil's sick as take a
Moving
seat,
on, we
Phil.
got one more matchup to go over. We got the Oilers versus the
Mm.
Kings. What are we thinking there? Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go, go,
Alright.
go, go.
I very clear in a way have Edmonton winning this one. It's going to be just the most high scoring series of all of the playoff matchups in the first round.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be games that are like
I agree.
8-3, 7-2.
Yeah, it's just
And it's
going
going to be like McDavid and Draisaitl turn it on, and the only way that they're going to win through the playoffs is just by not
Outscoring.
nonstop scoring, and they're going to set an example of LA and just light it up in the first round, like winning every game by like 3 goals.
I like
That's
that.
my
I like
hot
that
take.
take. I think
Yeah.
that's a great take.
I mean, does that count as a hot take? Like,
No, that is
it's
a
the
hot
playoffs.
Take.
It's
No,
to
that's a hot take.
to say that
Say
there's
that
going to
they're
be an
gonna light 'em
insane
up.
amount of scoring, light them up in the first
a hot
round in the
take.
playoffs is a hot take. I think.
And to say like pretty much a sweep,
Yeah, like
4-0 sweep.
4-0 sweep.
Yeah.
What's the goalie matchup here? Is it Phoenix Copley versus Stuart Skinner?
I mean, if Campbell isn't playing, yeah. Like Jack Campbell.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because who replaced Jonathan Quick? Is it Phoenix Copley? It's looking like
Yeah, they just didn't care, right? They like traded him away, and
yeah, they just discarded him.
I mean, but Jonathan Quick, what to be fair, was their worst goalie before they traded him, and then he just happened to have a couple of games in Vegas.
yeah.
But I don't think he's rebounded a bit. Like he's probably not going to be Vegas' starter. I don't think unless they're trying to like just gamble on them because they are Vegas.
Oh, I like that. I'm trying to see who was in net for LA Kings.
Mm.
What's your
All right, I'm gonna say that LA Kings win it, and
I wish that I could take that approach because I, from the beginning of the year, have even telling you, I'm like, LA is so underrated this year. They're going to be actually good, but I just can't see them beating them.
Yeah,
with
you've
that.
you know Edmonton
had
is
your
so hungry. Like the
Yeah.
You had your take.
McDavid wants it so badly,
Yeah.
and so does Draisaitl.
Anyway, I like it though.
they
Go
keep
for it.
getting-
So what's your take? What's your
I'm gonna say LA wins it, and
How many games?
we'll say 7.
Yeah.
And their goalie, the LA goalie,
Just
is
is
the star.
discovered as a hot goalie.
Yeah, like,
It's
just-
like the no-name goalie that just wins like
And
3 games in a row, gets a shutout.
well, because it's a
keeps
great
going.
exactly, it's
Yeah.
a great narrative because everyone's so mad
Shut
that
it down,
they
McDavid.
exactly. So everyone's so angry that they got rid
That's
of
a hot
Quick,
take,
right?
Yeah.
And then this goalie just comes up and like, haha, we were right,
Right.
right? The silence
Just to
of
spite
fans.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I like it. That's a
make the
hot
second
take for
round.
sure. All right, Chippy. What about
Alright,
you?
Edmonton wins this series,
hmm
6 games,
6 games. Yeah.
and Draisaitl and Hyman. And McDavid, I meant to say, not Hyman.
It's like, I mean, Hyman has been.
I was thinking about
good.
Hyman, but like, yeah, Draisaitl, McDavid, just
You know,
all these guys.
Can I make another just for fun hot take?
Yes, you can.
Hyman has 4 empty net goals in the series
Yeah.
because he always gets the empty
That's
netters. He
hilarious.
buries them like 4 times just by getting empty net goals.
All right, boom. Those are our takes.
Yeah.
That's the takes.
Let us know
It's be
down
fun.
below what you guys think of our takes, and it's going to be funny too because we had to do this without knowing some of the final matchups.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we were right, but
Yeah.
Hot
we're
take,
early on
Buffalo
this.
makes the playoffs.
We're I haven't heard a single podcast do predictions yet because it's not finalized. We're being early, and I love it.
We're the earliest.
Buffalo
takers.
makes the playoffs. Hot take.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. I just wanted to do a little bit of Leafs talk before we wrap this up. We got Matthew Knies drew into the game last night. He signed a 3-year contract, but it's really only 2 years because I think the first year gets wiped since he's played
Oh.
in the playoffs or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or since they signed him at the end of the season. I don't know how it works. Anyway, what do you guys think of Matthew Knies? Do you think that he's going to play in the playoffs or no?
Stud.
Mm.
Stud. He's going to be in the playoffs for sure. I think he's going to be on the first 2 lines.
Mm.
I think we're going to bump him up. I think, or he might be a 3rd line grind, but he's a big body. He's mature. He's played all season long. I was watching a clip.
Not in the NHL.
He's been playing like on his club team.
On the
all season.
NCAA,
Yeah,
right,
he's been.
yeah.
He's a stud.
Mhm.
He hammers.
He was
guys.
up for the Hobie Baker.
He hammers guys.
whose spot
yeah,
does he
he's-
take?
So this is where my opinion comes in. I don't think that he will play in the playoffs simply because they haven't had enough time to test him. He's only going to have like 2 games under his belt.
Yeah.
But that being said, I could see him
He may not
Playing-
start.
I could see him playing like if someone gets injured.
Yeah, he's an injury
Like if
replacement guy.
Yarncrow comes back first game and then all of a sudden it gets flared up again, whatever, like his groin thing,
Mhm.
then I could see him drawing in and getting put to boost someone else up to the top line. Like Bunting goes back to the top line if Knies draws in.
So they're putting guys in just kind of like figure out the system. These are just in case guys,
Yeah.
like Zahorna, right? The 6'6"
Big guy. Yeah.
Zahorna. He's 6'6".
Ah, the Hornet's nest.
And
Yeah.
Zahornet's nest. He sniped one in his first game.
yeah.
Right? He's trying to get a spot in the place, but they just already know that they're in.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, let's just throw
See what we got.
a few guys
as
out here.
backups.
It's basically practice for them.
Yeah.
Like these last few games are just practice.
That's
like,
why. That's why I didn't
yeah.
get. Why are we not putting Matthew Knies? Like, why don't we just see if he sparks with Marner and Matthews? Why don't we just try that?
I-
Why
oh,
not try
I-
that? He's been playing on the first line all year, like long for his
I-
club team.
I think what the reasoning is, and this is if I were Sheldon Keefe, this would be I'd do what he's done. It's because if you put him in that situation and he makes like a defensive blunder, which is very likely because he's new to the NHL, then all of a sudden you could shatter his confidence, shatter the fans' confidence in him.
here's another thing to
Yeah.
consider: who's he going to replace in that top line, and what does that do to that guy's ego?
Kerfoot.
Yeah.
Kerfoot can go. I don't know. I saw
Kerfoot
Kerfoot
isn't
on the
in the
second
top
line.
line. He's in the
Kerfoot's not
third.
top.
But he's been there. He's been, everyone's mix and matching on the first 2. Those wingers doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the top 6, like to put him in a top 6 spot.
He's a
then-
top 6 player. He's always
If-
been that
okay.
in
If
his
Ma-
career.
But Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares,
I think just because
Darn Kruk is like
I think just because you've been a first line player all of your career,
got to earn
it
it.
doesn't matter when you go to the NHL. You gotta
The only
find your
reason why
spot.
I see him coming to our team is for him to be a stud. I'll see what else we would
Yeah,
have.
but what about Robertson? Like Robertson. has,
I don't disagree. I just think that this isn't the year that he becomes a stud.
Yeah.
That you're going to nurture him next year and work his way up the lineup then.
It's not like they need. It's not like
Yeah.
there's something
Like
missing,
they're-
right?
I
if
think
they're-
we need him. I think we need him to be a stud. I think like if we want to win this,
If you're
Stanley Cup.
if you're putting the Leafs' hopes on him being a stud, like if you think they
So who-
need him, then I think
he's
that's
six,
a problem.
He's 6'3",
well, we do have a
210.
problem.
Hey,
Leafs do
he's
have a
big,
problem.
yeah.
big boy.
He's a huge. He's a beast.
So put him with Zahorna.
He's a
Hey.
playoff player.
Put him with Zahorna on the third.
I think if he does draw in, it'll be like if the Leafs get down 2 games and they're just whoever's on the third line isn't working and they want to swap out Matthew Knies,
So
or
who's,
there's
who's
an
on our
injury.
first 2 lines?
We got if Yarncroke's back, we got Yarncroke, Matthews, and was it Nylander?
I don't know. Is it Tavares? No. I'm not too sure. They keep switching it, and I only watch like
it's-
every
th-
fifth
They've
game.
done that line: Nylander, Matthews, and Yarncroke, and then they've done Marner, Tavares, and Riley.
Mhm.
As a-
Bunting, you mean?
Yeah,
and Bunting on the but like when Riley was injured.
Oh
it was
yeah,
Bunting.
Ryan
But
Riley.
they probably would try Ryan O'Reilly on second line
Oh,
center.
O'Reilly.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you're not,
He's got to be our third line. No, we can't have 2 centermen playing on the same line.
but you can't have.
That's so
I
stupid
think
to me.
no, I think they will. They'll try both. It'll depend on the matchups. Like on the away games, I could see them putting O'Reilly on the third line, but on the home games, I could see them putting on the second line just to give Tavares a little extra bump. You know, like get a little bit more firepower, especially on the power
That's
play.
what I'm saying. If we can have O'Reilly on the third, bump Knies up.
I think that works for the away games so that you have spread out the
I
talent of-
just think we need to see what this kid's made of, and he's
I think you're right, but you don't have time to. When are you gonna see what he's made of
Tonight?
in the first?
tonight, tomorrow night. Like that's what I'm saying. Put him on. Like
But you can't.
don't be playing him with friggin' who's he playing with on that third line?
I just think that
Achari. Like put him on with some guys that could maybe he bangs one in. He bangs a couple in the next 2 games.
So this was
I
the
think
Like
you're-
why don't we just see what happens?
I
here?
think you're taking a gamble though if you put him in the top 6.
we
in
are.
the-
We are.
I know. I'm
I
just
think we
saying.
need to gamble it.
I would rather like give him a shot in the third line, see if he can produce where you'd actually realistically be able to use him in the playoffs. Because he's not playing top line minutes in the playoffs in the first round. That's just not happening. They
No,
don't trust him.
It's too much of
He's
a
too young. He's
risk. Yeah.
he even himself. He admitted that he wasn't ready for the NHL last year when they offered him a contract,
Oh, interesting.
and
He wanted to go back and play.
he
his
wanted to go
college
back
hockey.
and play,
Yeah.
and that was a smart play. That showed a bit of maturity.
Mhm.
But even now, he's still got to find his way and kind of figure it out, and he doesn't have time to do that. Like the only way he draws in is if it's like late in the series, and they just need to see, okay, maybe he'll give
Like
us a spark.
Like the way I see it is that there's nothing holding him back. Like he just had a whole season. There's no like the expectations aren't even like.
I think the
he's
expectations
coming
are
at the end
high.
of it. No, I think
the
I-
Leafs
I
fans?
think for the fans, yeah. But like I'm saying, for the Leafs organization, he's coming in. They know this is insane to even be putting him in. Like at the end of a season, he hasn't even been in this league all year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Leafs know that this is a long shot, but let's just see if this works. Like Makar,
I
Kale
could see-
Makar. Kale Makar came in. Everyone said the same thing. Kale Makar's not good. He led the defense in scoring in the playoffs.
I could see.
But he was electric. Like in.
So's Benai's electric. Hoey Baker like
It's different.
award winner.
It's different because Makar
No,
was
no, it's the
electric
same.
at the
It's the
start of the
same. It's the
season in the
same.
NHL, not 2 games left in the season.
he was built different.
Makar
like,
played his first games in the playoffs. Makar never played in the NHL until that playoff season.
Oh,
He
like,
played his first
the,
game.
the first when
Played his first
when the
NHL.
Avalanche lost,
Yeah,
right?
he was a stud.
Did he play in that?
Yeah,
I
his
can't remember.
first NHL games were in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
But you can't compare Makar to Matthew
but
Knies. I'm
maybe
sorry.
they needed him, right? Like
Yeah.
they.
Yeah, like
best player in college hockey, we can compare. Like
Okay. What about Fantilli?
Fantilli,
He hasn't drafted yet.
he can't. He's not.
I know, but I'm saying it didn't Fantilli win the.
he won the Hobie Baker. Yeah.
Yeah, but.
But
yeah,
anyway, I
yes.
don't see the only way Matthew Knies plays in the playoffs is in like a third pairing role if the Leafs are having trouble scoring and they want to just try it because they're out of ideas.
I know.
Or if someone gets
all
injured.
I'm saying is, why would we not try this guy on line 1 or 2 to see?
Like in the game tonight,
Like next year, he's going to be a top 2 line player.
do you
He's
mean
not a
like-
third line player in the NHL? Is what I'm saying.
I
He's going
think
to be a first 2 line player.
I think
my
he
opinion.
I
think he caps out at like a second line player.
I'm going to go through the Hobie Baker winners. Okay, so Fantilli was this year, Matthew Knies and Logan Cooley were nominees.
Well, Logan Cooley is just an animal, and
Great
Matthew
players.
Knies played with him, so that kind of boosts his numbers too.
Last year, Dryden McKay. I don't know who that guy is. Year before that, Cole Caulfield.
Mm-hmm.
Stud.
And Dryden
Stud.
McKay was nominated.
Caulfield came into the playoffs and
Oh.
obliterated.
And we also have Shane Pinto as a nominee, and he's been playing really well.
Mhm.
That's in 2021.
But that's like 2 years ago.
yeah, a
3
few years ago.
Zach
So it takes a while. for
Zach
the belt.
Hyman.
Yeah.
Zach
Right.
Hyman, Hobie Baker runner-up.
Okay, here we got a winner, Scott.
How long did it take Zach Hyman to become a great player in the NHL?
It took him a while, but
Yeah.
here we go. We got Scott Pernovovich, winner. Don't know who he is. Jeremy Swayman was a nominee that year,
Yeah.
and then Jordan Kawaguchi. So I'm trying to say, okay, Kale McCarr, Adam
Adam Fox.
Fox.
Yeah.
That year was
Yeah.
Okay.
Studs.
Right.
Studs.
So I think
Well, I'm saying-
Fantilli stud.
What I'm trying to say though is just because they win, like not everyone
Yeah.
comes in and just dominates.
I just think that the Leafs have too much riding on this season to be like, yeah, let's take a gamble on the kid. The reality is that he's young. He's still figuring out. He could be a great player. He could be a solid NHLer. He could be just average. They don't know yet, and they don't have time to figure it
The
out.
reality is,
So
is
they're not going to play him.
they'll play him if they
The
need.
reality is
Right.
he better than Kerfoot on the second line? Is the
No.
reality?
Not in
Yeah,
the current
I
lineup.
think Kerfoot's third, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, well, when Riley comes down to play third line center, because that's where he should be playing.
I don't think.
Oh,
it-
no.
he's
In the
moving up.
playoffs, he's a
Like,
second line guy.
If you're Sheldon Keefe,
No
just
chance.
hear me out. Just hear me out. If you're Sheldon Keefe in the playoffs, are you going to go to the lineup that you've used and has been working?
Yeah.
And that you can trust guys in it, or are you going to put in the kid and have another?
O'Reilly hasn't even been in the line.
Yeah, but Tavares, O'Reilly, and Nylander. That's a solid second line. We got Bunting, Matthews, and Marner as first line. So third line, like Achari, Kerfoot, and
like the third,
Knies
the
is
third line,
possible.
the
Lafferty is
camp,
like,
Yeah,
the
Lafferty's
camp
in there.
line has basically been like a third line, even
Yeah.
though they're the fourth line. Like
Right.
they're being used as a shutdown,
Right.
and it's been solid.
And what are other options that aren't in this lineup? Lafferty, I guess Simmons is out of the question.
Yeah, I don't think they'll play.
I'm just saying he
Simmons.
looked like Knies looked like friggin' Matthews along the boards last night. He had a couple plays where I'm like, this guy is a savage, bro. If we can,
I think he's going to be a solid second line player in the NHL, just not this year. They're not going
Okay,
to take a
so-
chance.
I would just love to see him play with Matthews.
Here's what's going to happen.
You will next year.
And see what happens this
You
year.
will next year.
This tonight. I want to see him play with Matthews tonight.
All right, here's what's going to happen.
I feel like they got a bromance and they could get it going. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I'm not saying I don't want to see that. I'm just saying I don't.
No, yeah,
think it'll
that-
happen.
Hey.
mine's a long shot. I'm just saying, why don't we see Matthews and
Because it's a risk.
You
and
know
it's
what,
not
though?
one
let's
that they
make a
need to take.
bromance here.
Hold
at
on
the end of
here,
the season.
hold
Let's
on.
make a bromance.
They are both from Arizona.
And they're who? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice
they-
is a stud.
the-
From
This
Arizona.
guy,
Well,
this guy is a stud.
They're going to connect.
last year when he shut down the opportunity to sign a contract in the NHL, he talked to Matthews about it, and Matthews was like
Great. See,
just lend an ear to listen to
they've
him.
already got the chem.
Yeah. I think it'll be great for next season.
Next season.
So
So
it's not going to happen this
Toronto
playoff.
has 2 games left. If Knies plays the next 2 games and impresses the coaches, then maybe he's got a chance.
I think at most he's got a chance to play in the third pairing.
Yeah, we'll see. So I'm
or
going to
third
say
line, yeah.
if he plays this game and the next game, then there's a chance. If he's not in the lineup tonight, then it's like, yeah, they're not going to play him in the playoffs.
Isn't the last game tonight?
If we
think
didn't,
they got 2, don't
and
they?
in my opinion, if we weren't gonna play him, we wouldn't have signed him to his 3-year deal, and he can burn it.
Mm.
Like, why would we burn it?
Right.
If we weren't gonna play.
No, I think that they want to give him a chance to see. They're finding out,
Yeah.
right? But I don't think
And
that,
that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna find out, why don't we put him in the best opportunity possible to find out?
Okay, so let's hear me
That's
out.
all I'm
Hear
saying.
me out.
Leafs
No,
play.
I get your side. I get your side. That's
No.
most people's side. Most people have your side.
I'm
most
just-
people, I know my side's different.
Here's a scenario.
That's all I'm saying.
Here's a scenario.
That's
They-
what I would have done
Okay, here's a scenario.
as an elite coach in the league.
Okay, here's a scenario. One more time.
Hey,
We got.
put your hand up if you coach an NHL team. Only Chippy.
That's ridiculous.
Only Coach Chippy has coached the
Put
Carolina.
your hand
Hurricanes.
up
I
if
was in their
you
ear. I was in their ear. I was giving them.
Also,
put your
you know
hand
what?
up if you know more
were
than
also
4
prac-
players on other teams than the Leafs.
but also Coach Chippy was practically like the assistant coach for the World Junior team that won gold.
I literally.
Literally. Like
Okay.
he was in their ear. He was telling players what Sellies to
Ask
do.
Otter.
Can I give my scenario now?
Yeah. I got.
Yes,
I
but-
literally have to hop out because I have to do a cameo that's expiring in 20 minutes.
Okay, let's wrap it up and then do cameos.
Can I do a scenario first? Sheldon Keefe takes your advice, Chippy, because you're the assistant coach,
Yeah.
and puts Knies on the first line with Matthews. Assuming that everything goes perfectly, he scores, he sets up Matthews for a beauty goal. Robertson, when he came in, had a good goal. He had 2 goals in his first 2 games, I think, and then he dried up, right? So the best case scenario that happens, you have 1 game of
6'3".
just listen before you go. You have 1 game of evidence that he can play with Matthews and play well. You try it in the first round. Do you think that's going to happen again, or does he have a turnover, and they give away the game-winning goal. Like you just don't know. You can't trust him
This
until he's
guy
played
is-
at least like 20 games.
This guy's a Hyman.
At
but-
least 20 games.
This guy's a Hyman, but 6'3".
Yeah, maybe in
two
3
6'3" studs coming up the middle
in
on line one.
2
You
to
know what?
3 years he'll be that.
I'm gonna watch the game tonight. I'm gonna really study it. Not gonna be on my phone. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna
Alright.
see how he plays, and I'll tell you who's right.
All right, Leafs win. Leafs
All right,
win the
thanks,
cup.
Jared.
Cheers! What an episode.
All right,
Yeah, that was
2-2-2.
fun.
let's wrap it up.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next
Change the
one.
world
Great episode.
with my hockey stick. Gonna make a real difference. Feed the poor and heal the sick.